a lot of a lot of my things would become precedents, or I guess they say it was Napoleon or it was this or there's that, blah blah. They have some person's name on there, but realistically they had nothing to do with it. Like I previously stated, it was me. The attack on Spain, the black people, we knew what they wanted. We knew, I built Spain basically. I was building it, and the French and the Mexicans or the Spanish were living there basically. I built the whole country pretty much, basically. And it had taken a long time to build, and so basically the black people and some white people were basically just going to take it over by mass attack, pretty much. Just it's an old tribal technique that they used to do a long time ago, basically rush across. And the funny thing is, like I said, they were actually using the light colored brown people to do their dirty work. The black people, the dark black people were. There might have been some included, but I mean they're just getting the rest of them to basically swim across and die pretty much for them, and then they would enjoy the rewards. Like I said, a lot of times on these attacks, they kill the people that they help that they used to attack them. Like there's no honor among thieves or whatever. It's pretty bad. But I mean, there's so many who died anyway, though. It's like I say, it was hand to hand fighting. Like I say, I mean, they have knives and we have guns, and although it's not all that sporting or fair, I mean, like I say, I think we had Gatlings there too, pretty much. But you know, like they say, they only have so many bullets. It's like, well, we have a lot of bullets, but that's why with the Gatling, even with the Gatling, you check your shots. You don't just sit there and go. You go click 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 click. It's like a move and stop, move stop, move stop, move stop, move stop. Like semi-automatic. And like I said, in any situation, no one runs a battle all the way through a battle. It's all in the setup. You do the setup, and then basically like I said, any good battle, everyone found out, everyone realized that basically it's all in the setup, and then you have fallback positions, and the fallback positions that everyone knows. You start here, then you go here, then you go there, then you go up there, then you go over there, and hopefully they don't. I mean, basically, and then you play it by ear pretty much, and that's the way it always was. Anyway, like I say, Germany knew all about knew everything there was to know about war. Germany was basically a warriors nation, pretty much, without more of a defensive warriors nation. That's why they got slammed because well, I mean, they were that good. They were really good, and they trained everyone to basically be like, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, then you do that, and hopefully you live. And whatever. Because they did have some guns, I think. I think they had a couple guns. So, you can never just say like, I have the gun, and they don't. They have knives. It's like, no, they always have like 1 in 3 guns or something like that. But most of them had knives. So, and the gun people would hold the fire, and try and hit us, and then you know, and then the other ones would be rushing up. So they're expecting us to shoot the next in line and not look in the back and see the guy with the gun in the back. And I think I might have said it, or one of my generals would have said, always see the guy in the back with the gun. And so, like I said, the attack on Spain went like this. And there's a full report on how it proceeded with Africans and versus the Germans and the Spaniards, basically us. It's like you shoot, you always see the guy in the back. We still took heavy losses because they had 30,000 people, 30,000 males that were attacking. We had probably a couple thousand defending. You know, maybe even as low as a couple hundred, 700 defending. So it didn't go all that great, and then we're basically, children are running out with ammo belts and all that other stuff, and people are like trying to reinforce us. It's like, and they just keep coming. They just kept coming. 30,000, 80,000. Some people say it might have been 80,000. I don't know. Initial reports was that it was 3,000 people, and I was like, oh, well, we got that, but anyway, and then later on reports is that it was 30 to 80,000 people were trying to cross. So anyway, 25 of them might have turned around and headed back because it was just like a sea of blood, you know. But there's more, and there's always more. They attacked they attacked Spain more than once. We held our ground at least 2 times or 1 time, but by the whole thing of hold your ground, it's like you don't hold your ground. You shoot, then you back up. Shoot, back up. You know, and always move to cover. And we knew that. I mean, we knew that back then. Like I said, we had very advanced tactics even back then. So we had a whole plan. We had everything planned out where it's like they're gonna go like this, or they could go like this. But you know, every street. So it's actually really got complicated. Like I said, we did the setup for it. You know, we knew, you know, it's like they could attack here, or they could attack down here. And I think they actually did attack in 2 different spots where they actually, because they didn't really think we had the middle of the channel, the longest, you know, because it's the most amount of water. We had that lightly defended, and I think that's where they actually punched through, is where they got a foothold on there. And like I said, it was like 130 people, 330,000 people. It was a huge attack. The Sharks were feeding that night for sure. They got a lot of meat that night. So anyway, it's kind of funny though that like he used sharks. It's like, yeah, like the black people or those people would be like, he used sharks. It's like, yeah, I did use sharks. Yeah, I know. I had the whole channel full of sharks. Like we did extra blood and extra blood for the sharks. It's like we were doing it all week or that whole 2 weeks. We were putting blood in the channel, so there'd be lots of blood and lots of sharks in there because we knew it was coming. So when the attack failed or whatever, because this other guy was like, "Why did you fail?" And then the guy was like, "He used sharks." And like, yeah, I know. I did. The whole channel was full of sharks. It'd be crazy to cross that channel because, like I say, when you get 130,000 people like going across the channel, the sharks will bite. There's just too many people. There's too much thrashing. They'll just like all the sharks. Like it's kind of funny. It's like a feeding frenzy where the sharks will just tink, tink, and they'll just sometimes they won't even eat. They'll just bite and grab down, and so yeah, I mean they were feeding on them. So yeah, because other people were like, you had 130,000 people. How did you fail? And they're like, he used sharks. It's like, well, I'm LS Lucifer. And yeah, we chummed the channel all week, 2 weeks actually. I didn't think the attack was going to come. I was like, they're not going to attack. So yeah, they attacked. It was like there's hundreds of thousands of people crossing into that country. Like, they're just going to occupy it. So anyway, I think we took out quite a few. I don't know how many died by shark. Like I said, most of them just got wounded. They actually didn't get killed, although there were reports of like a lot of people missing legs and stuff the next day or whatever. You know, there's a lot of dead bodies floating up, washing up. So anyway, yeah, we used sharks and fallback positions and Gatlings and everything, like even cannon. I think there was even a cannon used. I mean, you don't really want to destroy your own buildings, but it's like, well, they're not really ours anymore. Fire one! And then, you know, and then like I say, when it's 30,000 people crossing a channel, that's another thing. The sharks got them on this way, and anyway, because some of them turned around and went back, and it's like, and then the sharks got them on the way back. So they were trying to cross in groups, and we got a couple, but on one of the attacks. But anyway, though, but yeah, I mean, you just start laying down a line. You just like keep it coming, and mostly that's what you do. Is you just have cannons already set up so they shoot here, shoot here, shoot here, shoot here. You know, shoot around in a circle and just keep going, and then that eliminates those. And you don't really worry about actually aiming or anything. You just have it so it contacts, and sometimes maybe we switch over here, in case they're going that way. So you kind of wiggle the cannon around, like one this way, one that way, and one over here, one over here. you know, just kind of wiggle it around just a couple degrees, and then